Sanibonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are talking about Izingane Zesthembu Season 2 Episode 1. Check out my previous video where I spoke about my recap on Realize and Umpumelena. I want to talk about the other siblings right now. So anyway, there's a scene where Umpilo invites Usne on a spot date where they're getting their feet washed. And Umpilo basically, opens up to Sneh in a way about the thing that's hanging over her, which is the issue of the surname. So, like one thing that Usne, or a few things that Sneh and Umpilo share in common is that they both basically they were children that were had outside of wedlock. And Msele didn't marry either of their mothers. That's two. And three is that they had an issue of their surname, that they were using their mother's surname. So Sneh, the difference is that Sneh, as you have seen from Izingane Zesthembu, she recently got to successfully change her surname to Msele. But Umpilo is having a problem and has been having a problem with changing her surname from her mother's surname to Umselegu, because quite frankly both families are having pride and she's stuck in the middle. Listen guys, I don't really understand the need of changing a surname. Maybe I'm speaking from a place of ignorance because maybe I'm not that clued up in terms of culture. I know culturally there's a significance, but I'm like, if you've tried everything, I mean, Umselegu akazingeni anymore because he's saying he paid his due diligence, he did what he needed to do, and quite frankly, he's not taking out any other money, and he didn't want Makumala to be connected or to even continue with any of that process anymore. And then Umpilo's mother's family as well, they are busy saying they want money for what and what and what. So both families are, are standing on their ground of that. Umpilo's mother's family, they still want what to be done, and then of a goat or something that needs to be slaughtered, but more money basically. And Mselegu's family is like, Mselegu's basically like, I have done my job, I'm not gonna do anymore. So Mpilo's stuck in the middle. I don't know why that's still such a big thing to Mpilo. Maybe I don't understand it, but I'm just like, the girl, like, if these people don't want to do what's right, like, just, I don't know, just move on with it. But again, maybe I'm being insensitive because I don't understand the magnitude of Ukshintri's Sibling. But Sneh, she basically opens up to Sneh about that, telling Sneh about, this issue. And she's asking Sneh, like, what do you think about it? What advice would you give me? So Sneh's like, hey, like, this is like a grown-up topic. I can't comment much. But anyway, there's hope because I eventually got my surname changed. So she just basically says there's hope. So then the conversation kind of ends there. And then Sneh Tubutu, which is also a question like out of the blue. She's like, Mpilo, do you love my children? I'm like, hey, boss, Sneh. She's like, do you love my children? And then Sneh, like, Mpilo looks at her like out of the blue, and she says that she doesn't mind. She doesn't have a problem. Umpilo responds and says that she doesn't have a problem with Sneh's children. She does love Sneh's children. And maybe it's a case that she's never taken out Sneh's children, but she loves them and she doesn't have a problem with them. And then Sneh in a diary session basically says that she didn't ask that question out of a place, that there's something that happened that made her feel that way. And I'm like, that's lies. You wouldn't just ask a question like that, like out of the blue, And she says that what she has noticed, Sneh says that what she has noticed is that Umpilo is not happy to see her children as uabongo. And remember what I said, guys, if you watch my videos, I did a video about Abongwe, about the character that she is. Everyone gets along with her. If you want to know more about that, I'm not going to repeat that. Please check out that video where I speak about Abongwe. So Sneh basically says that she hasn't seen Pilo being happy for her children, and that's the reason why she's awesome. I think there's more to that, guys. And like one thing that concerns me about this season is that we're really gonna see the ugly side of Zesthembu when it comes to sibling rivalry. I think we're gonna see a lot of that because even when they advertised the episodes that are to come, it gets heated. There is Luan. They're shouting. It looks like there's going to be a fight between Wabongwe, no name. Umpilo is not like she like there's this like weird vibes that's going on between her and her siblings. Like we're gonna see a whole lot of things. And yes, there's rivalry, there's fights amongst siblings, even in a normal household setup. And I say normal in quotation marks. But like we can't lie and say in East like it's nothing, like it's not more. So Sneh does say that she does also understand why Mpilu's even like why the surname thing concerns her, because Sneh says that before her surname was changed, she didn't feel like she was in Siligo, and maybe that's why this concern, the surname changing, concerns Umpilu so much, because she doesn't feel like she's actually part of the family. And then Pilu asked something. She asked Ulukuzan Usni, she says that, there's a perspective in the family amongst the kids that, that I like think that I am better off than other people, and that, yeah, I quite frankly think that I am better than other people. And then Snare's like, hi, like, there's nothing like that. Like, if you've never heard anything from me, then just know that there's nothing like that. But yet in a diary session, she's like, yeah, vele. Mpilu does think she's better than other people, and she does see herself from an elevated perspective. And I'm just like, but Snare, or maybe Snare, maybe it was just not the environment to start something like that. But it does look that like there is those vibes that's going on with Mpilo and her siblings, or some of her siblings, where they think that she is better than other people. And we're gonna see more of that unfolding on this episode. And then another scene we get to see is that Ulwandle, which is Matlele's son, meeting up with Makumalo. You know Makumalo had to be featured. My K in the building. Yay. You know what? I'm happy for her. My K is in her money-making era. When the episode did end, at the end, they said consulting. I need to they write people's names of the producers and they wrote consulting producer Tobile Msilig. She is in her bag. One thing about Utobile, she's a very smart woman, and she's very smart. She thinks on her feet, calculative. I think even there's another show for Izingane Zesthembu, but Abomnini's age here on YouTube. It's on YouTube. They only do it on YouTube. It's a kiddies channel. She's also the consulting producer there. So I think she's even the one who maybe came up with the idea of expanding and having other shows besides Uthando Nesthembu. So yeah, she really is, begging it for them Celebrity family. And you know what? We're not gonna hate on her, and may she continue to rise in that money, because yeah, there's space for people to make money. So anyway, Ulwandle meets up with my kid on an ice cream date. One thing about my kid, she gets along with all of the kids. That's what I've noticed. The kids really love my kid. It's very rare for a kid to find a kid who doesn't vibe with my kid. She vibes with most of the children. That's her character anyway. So basically the conversation that they had is that I need to remember that Selego, in one of the Uthando Nesthembu episodes, he mentioned that that some of the women who have children are going to have to borrow their children to other households. And it came out that Matlele, who is the mother of Luandle, she's going to have to borrow her son to Makumalo's household, because Makumalo doesn't have a boy. She doesn't have a child in the household and blows there, but she doesn't have a boy in that household. And so Musa's request was that Ulwal is going to have to play both roles of being responsible for his mother's household, which is Matlele's household, and Makumalo's household. So Makumalo's basically having a conversation about that with him, of like, what was his understanding about like that conversation of him standing like in the gap for her household, like what are his thoughts around it. But I really like loved Urwandle's response, and Landle was basically saying that there's quite like a lot of things that he didn't understand. And I like that about Rantle, that he's like, I appreciate the fact that he's taking his time with this whole thing. His father, yes, is putting pressure on him that he's the first son from here, from Umam Kulu, from the main household, stuff like that. So yeah, but he is, one thing about Rantle, he's gonna listen to his father and respect him, but he doesn't take in everything his father says. It's not like Umpumelelo. He is taking things according to his own pace, and I love that about him. He might seem quiet and laugh off things a lot, but he's definitely not a pushover. You're not gonna force down your thoughts or your opinion down his throat, and I love that about Udwan. But what he did say is that he said that he doesn't want to take a decision that his mother is kind of not on board with. So he wants to like be able to make a decision once his mother and Toby, they have come to an agreement. And I feel like that is so beautiful for him even appreciating his mother's opinion. His mother was not happy with that because she already feels like Nwandle does like so much for the other wives' household, and then he's still not acknowledged. Um, so he says that he wants his mother to get to a point where she's able to come into an agreement, and once his mother gets to that point, then will he be able to make an agreement, then will he be able to make a decision, make a move. So he also wants his mother and Tupile to get to a point of agreeing on something that will work for them. And quite frankly, he feels like that is something that needs to happen on the elders like level, for them to get to a place where they can come into an agreement. Because Tobile asked him, like, what do you think must happen in order for Matsele, Nami, which is Tobile, to get to an agreement? And I was like, hi, but why are you asking him that? And he was like, no, you guys, as my parents, I respect you guys as my parents. You guys need to make an agreement on that. And once you guys have made an agreement on that, I will then I can then act on that. He does mention that he doesn't mind, taking up the role, but he wants to be considerate of his mother. I loved that, and I thought that's so beautiful. The conversation was just so mature. And I loved that. But anyway, and that is basically the recap of season 2, episode 1. If you want to know more about what I said about Umpumelelo Novuyo, guys, please do watch the other video. But I don't know, guys, like I'm happy for season 2, but I'm kind of like scared as well because I'm just like the sibling rivalry. Like I don't know even this issue of like like that one thing about them, Selig, was like they'll create a narrative that they will run with for seasons. Can't get just something they made up. Like Uthando Zesthembu, there's the issue of wife number 5 that has been coming. Now Mpumelelo wants to take a wife as a virgin as his first wife. I don't know if it really is true, but it does look like it's true because I saw him going to it looks like he slept with that virgin, and now he wants to go and pay like amalobona for her or something like that. Like, guys, kushubile this season, and I'm just really concerned about these children's mental health, and I really hope they went to therapy or something after this because, yeah, guys, it's entertainment for us, but there's nothing healthy about this setup. Anyway, please do make sure that you like the video. Please do subscribe. It's for free of charge, and I'll see you on the next one.